Have you ever done something so effortlessly that it left her blushing, smiling, or looking at you like you're the only man in the world? Maybe you weren't even trying, but somehow, your presence, your voice, or just the way you carried yourself sparked something in her. This video is for you, the man who's unknowingly magnetic. The man who doesn't need to flex, brag, or perform ... Because what turns her on the most is who you are when you're not even thinking about it. Asterisk, let's be honest. In a world obsessed with filters and performance, authenticity has become the rarest and most irresistible quality. And when a woman senses authenticity in a man, something inside her shifts. She feels safe, seen, and strangely pulled in. She may not even be able to explain it, but your presence lights something up inside her. Asterisk, we're going to walk through 8 specific ways you turn her on without even trying. These aren't about cheesy pickup lines or flashy gestures. They're about the small, quiet, deeply human things that make her heart race and her imagination wander. These are the moments when she thinks about you at night, when your face pops into her head out of nowhere, and she smiles without even realizing it. Asterisk number 1, the way you listen without interrupting. Asterisk, you might think it's ordinary, but when a man truly listens not to reply, but to understand, it stirs something deep in a woman. In a world where so many conversations are battles for attention, your calm, patient silence becomes a sanctuary. When she's speaking and your eyes stay gently focused on hers, when you nod, when your face softens, it tells her, "You matter, I'm here." Asterisk, and even if she doesn't say it out loud, her heart feels it. You're not solving her problems, you're giving her space, and that kind of space feels incredibly intimate. Asterisk, that moment when she realizes you didn't just hear her, you felt her. That's powerful, that's rare, that's attractive in ways words can't fully capture. Asterisk. Number 2, you're calm under pressure. Asterisk, you know that moment when everything's going wrong, plans fall apart, the car won't start, the bill comes out wrong, and while others panic, you remain steady. That's not just impressive, that's sexy. Asterisk, your calmness is a signal. It says, "I've got this, you're safe with me." And that calm creates trust, a trust that is so quietly electrifying that it makes her want to be closer to you, physically, emotionally, all of it. Asterisk, even if she doesn't mention it, she notices how you breathe before reacting, how you don't raise your voice, how you take a second, think, and then act. Asterisk, she may even brag about it to her friends. "He just handled it," she said, her eyes lighting up with that unmistakable pride. Asterisk, you didn't mean to turn her on, but you did just by being her calm in the chaos. Number 3, when you show kindness to strangers, she's watching not because she's testing you, but because it moves her deeply when you show compassion, especially when it's not required. Maybe it's the way you help the elderly man cross the street, or how you say thank you to the waiter like you mean it, or how you bend down to pet a dog with that boyish grin of yours. Asterisk, these small, fleeting moments reveal a man's character, and for her, they spark something deep inside, a longing, a hope, maybe even a vision of what life could feel like with a man like that. Asterisk, when she sees you lead with empathy, not ego, her heart expands. That warmth she feels, that's attraction, that's admiration, that's desire waking up in her. Asterisk number 4, when your voice changes around her. Asterisk, have you ever noticed how your tone softens when you're talking to her? Maybe you didn't mean to do it, but she hears it, she feels it, and that shift makes her stomach flutter. Asterisk, your voice becomes more intimate, more careful, not because you're being fake, but because something about her brings out that part of you. Maybe your tone drops just slightly, becomes deeper, warmer. Maybe you pause more between words. That rhythm, that softness, it lingers in her mind. Asterisk, and when you say her name, even once, she remembers it. That one simple word, spoken in your voice, can echo in her thoughts long after the conversation ends. Asterisk, you weren't trying to seduce her, you were just being real, but your voice alone made her feel like she mattered, and that turns her on more than you'll ever know. Asterisk number 5, the way you carry your silence. Asterisk, most men underestimate the power of quiet presence, but here's the truth, the right kind of silence can say everything. When you sit next to her, comfortable in your stillness, without trying to fill the space with empty words, it creates a different kind of tension, a good one, a magnetic one. Asterisk, when a man can hold space without pressure, without rushing, without needing constant validation, it makes her lean in, not just physically, but emotionally. Asterisk, maybe you're just walking beside her, both lost in thought, and suddenly she feels closer to you than ever before. Maybe you're driving with one hand on the wheel, eyes ahead, music low, and that silence wraps around her like a warm blanket. Asterisk, she feels your presence, not your performance, and that draws her in like gravity. Asterisk number 6, when you talk about your passions. Asterisk, there's a moment maybe she asks what you love, and your eyes light up before your words even begin. Maybe it's art, or music, or some dream you've had since you were 12, and as you speak your voice gets faster, more animated, your hands move, your posture shifts, and suddenly, you're alive in a way that's deeply attractive. Asterisk, she's not just listening to what you're saying, she's watching you come alive. That passion is magnetic, it's raw, it's vulnerable, and it makes her want to know everything about you. Asterisk, not because of the subject matter, but because passion is contagious. And when she sees what lights you up, she wonders what it would feel like to be one of those things you care about so deeply. Asterisk. Number 7. When you take care of something. Asterisk, it could be your car, your home, your plants, your younger sibling, or even your dog. There's something about seeing a man in action, gently guiding, maintaining, nurturing, that awakens something primal in a woman. Asterisk, maybe it's watching you fix something with quiet focus. Maybe it's the way you feed your dog with a soft voice and steady hands. Maybe it's how you check on your mom without anyone asking. Asterisk, that care ... that steadiness, that responsibility, it doesn't go unnoticed. It tells her that you have the capacity to give, to commit, to protect. Asterisk, and somewhere in the back of her mind, the thought whispers, if he takes care of that so well, how would he take care of me? Asterisk, that thought lingers. It plays out in her imagination. It builds connection and desire. Number 8. When you surprise her with depth. Sometimes it's the unexpected things that make her heart beat faster. Maybe it's the book she didn't think you'd read, but you did. Maybe it's a quiet comment you make about the stars, or the pain in someone else's eyes, or the way you notice a child's laugh across the street. Asterisk, in that moment, she realizes there's more to you than meets the eye. You're not just physical strength or casual charm. You have layers, soul, sensitivity, asterisk, and that glimpse into your deeper world. The world you don't show everyone, that makes her lean in emotionally, spiritually, even physically. Asterisk, because when a man can surprise her with substance, not just smarts, but feeling, it shakes something loose in her, it wakes her up, it turns her on in a way that feels real and lasting. Asterisk, and here's the beauty of all of this. Asterisk, you don't have to fake it. Asterisk, you don't need scripts, games, or strategies. Asterisk, you just have to show up as yourself. Asterisk. A man who listens, who stays calm, who's kind to strangers. Asterisk, who speaks with care, who holds space in silence, who shares his fire, who takes care of what he loves, who lives with quiet depth. Asterisk, because at the end of the day, the most powerful attraction isn't found in the show, it's found in the still, honest moments that reveal who you truly are. Asterisk, she doesn't want the man who tries to be everything. Asterisk, she wants the man who's already something, even if he doesn't know it yet. So maybe you're wondering now, why do these things matter so much? Asterisk, because deep down, attraction is not about fireworks, it's about connection. A woman may notice the surface things, your style, your smile, your confidence, but what stays with her are the moments that feel real, the moments that bypass her defenses and speak directly to her heart, the moments that remind her, this man isn't trying to impress me, he's just living his truth, and that truth is what I want to be around. Asterisk, that's the secret most men miss. They chase what they think women want, but what truly turns her on, what awakens that deep, magnetic pull, are the things you do without even realizing they matter. Asterisk, the small gestures, the quiet strength, the way you exist when no one's watching. Asterisk, that's the version of you she craves, the version that makes her feel understood without saying much, the version that makes her feel like she's not just being looked at, she's being seen. And when a woman feels seen emotionally, spiritually, soulfully, she responds in ways that are far more powerful than just physical attraction. She feels drawn to you, grounded by you, alive with you. Asterisk, so the next time you wonder if you're doing enough to catch her attention, remember this. Asterisk, it's not about doing more, it's about being more present, more authentic, more you. Asterisk, when you show up as yourself fully, honestly, and unapologetically, that's when you unlock the kind of chemistry that doesn't just fade after the first date. That's when the late night texts start. That's when she remembers your laugh, the way your hand brushed hers, the way you made her feel safe without even knowing it. Asterisk, that's the kind of connection that sticks. Asterisk, because real attraction is never about being loud, it's about being felt. So take a breath, let go of the pressure, and trust that who you are right now already has everything it takes to move her, stir her, and turn her on. Without you even trying. She doesn't want perfect, she wants real. Asterisk, and if you've ever doubted your worth, if you've ever questioned whether the right woman would truly want you for you, then let this be your reminder. Asterisk, you don't have to be louder, richer, taller, or more charismatic. Asterisk, you just have to be present. Be kind, be thoughtful, be real. Asterisk, that's what she remembers. That's what pulls her closer. Asterisk, and that, my friend, is what quietly turns her on, in ways you'll never fully understand. Asterisk, because when a man walks with quiet confidence and quiet depth, it creates a powerful silence that speaks volumes. Asterisk, let her hear it.